from the powerNpounders Drum Magazine. I am your host, Coran Lategra. It is Thursday, February the 2nd. Nice, beautiful, sunny day here in California. And I am on my way to yours truly employment, the School of Rock here in Huntington. And I'm going to be interviewing Larry Boodman. He's the director, and he wears a lot of hats. Let's just put it that way. So we're going to have a great time and talk about drums, his career in drumming, how he got his start, and talk about the School of Rock. So looking forward to it. And we've got a lot coming up these next few weeks and next few months with the channel. So this is first of many interviews, and couldn't start it off this year on a great introduction here. So looking forward to the interview, and we'll be talking to you guys in about 10-15 minutes. All right, peace. We're getting closer, and I have to say, it's very rare that an employee interviews the employer, because most jobs, if we're real honest, most jobs, a lot of people don't like their employer. So for whatever reason, but this situation, he's one of the best employers and best bosses that I've had. And we've been talking about this for a long time, and now we finally got around to doing it. And it's great working with the school, it's great working with the kids, training them up to be future musicians. And boy, we've got some good ones. We've got some good musicians coming out, and you'll be hearing their names all across different genres: vocals, drums, guitar, bass. You'll be hearing them. So it's a privilege to interview Larry and so forth. So I'm looking forward to it. Hello, this is Coran Lategra from powerNpounders Drum Magazine, and I am here at my employment. Yes, and then here
you're fired.
Here, next to me is my boss. Now I have to say, you guys, it's very rare that the employee interviews the employer.
It's true.
But in this situation, he's one of the best bosses and best workplaces that I worked for. 40 plus years of living. I'm not just saying that.
Thank you.
But since he's talking at the moment, I want to welcome you guys to PNP. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Be much appreciated. Today is February the 2nd, Thursday, February the 2nd. And winter's here. I don't believe in Groundhog Day and all that kind of stuff, but it is what it is. So, my guest today, it's been a long time coming. We've been trying to plan this for, a year since I've been here.
Yeah.
So I want to introduce you, my boss, the manager. He wears a lot of hats here at the School of Rock, Larry Boodman.
Howdy.
And so we're going to be talking about drums, how he got started, the School of Rock, how that came about, and the future plans for it, and maybe do a little tour of show you guys what goes on here, and so forth, upstairs, down here in the drum room, and my room here. So anyway, welcome Larry to PNP, powerNpounders. Actually, he's my first interview for this year. So very, very appreciate his time, and we had some mic and camera difficulties, so I'm just going raw here. So if the sound's kind of messed up, we'll do all that editing later. But
Fix it in post.
Yeah. So he's a drummer, and just tell me how you got started playing drums, and when you were a kid, were you playing on pots and pans?
Yep. I was probably about 10 years old, annoying the hell out of my mom, playing on Tupperware and pots and pans and banging on tables, and I actually asked my parents for a drum kit, and my dad said, well, you're going to have to earn some money, buy yourself a drum kit. And I said, okay. And he said, whatever you're going to do. So I ended up getting a paper route. Back in the day, newspapers for you kids, they were these news stories printed on actual paper that would get delivered to your house every morning, and then you would sit and read it.
And somebody would throw it at
Somebody would throw it.
Maybe hit a window.
Yeah. So I was that kid on the bike. I had the saddles, and I'd roll the papers every morning, put rubber bands on them, and I'd throw them. And I did that for probably about a year. And I saved up enough money, and I bought this really, really crappy used Pearl Export, black Pearl Export from this guy that I knew. And it wasn't even a full kit. It was like a 22 kick and a like a 10, 12, 16 floor, and then I didn't even get a snare drum. I got this. He had like this 3-inch pancake piccolo snare that he gave me that had a Kevlar marching head on it, and I had no idea. I was just so excited that I had drums, and so I had no cymbals. There are no cymbals. Mm-hmm. I just had those drums and this piccolo snare, and I remember I used pie tins, my mom's pie tins, for, as cymbals for temporarily until I got some used cymbals. Wow. But eventually I put a kit together, and I just started playing by myself in my bedroom. I'd turn the radio on, or I'd put a CD in. For those of you that don't know, a CD is
they probably don't.
They probably don't know.
Cassette tapes.
This little plastic
We're
thing.
dating our age.
Digital. Yeah. So I play like the Police and Pearl Jam and Nirvana, and I just lit whatever came on the radio, and I would just try to play along to it, and I basically taught myself how to play. This is before YouTube. There was nothing. Yeah. I mean, I could go get some books, and famous drummers would make like VHS tapes. VHS tape is. Yeah. God, man, so many things we don't use anymore, right? So yeah, that's how I started, and I never took lessons. I am all ear trained, taught myself. There were some drummers along the way that I would watch them, and they would show me things here and there, like proper technique with your sticks, and so I kind of I knew that I had some bad habits, and they would help me kind of correct those. But I never took any formal lessons. Yeah. Wow.
So from that, how old were you?
I was like 11.
11, okay.
I'd come home from school and I'd play my drum. My parents said that I could not play my drums when they were home.
Okay.
So I was a latchkey kid. So I'd come home from school by myself, let myself in. I would basically play my drums for like 3 hours in the afternoon. And my parents would come home from work, and I'd be done, and I'd do my homework or whatever else. But I didn't, I just played by myself when I got home from school for years.
Now, did you try to form bands when you were growing up around the neighborhood, or were you in the school band? Or?
No, I didn't try to form a band until I got to high school.
Okay.
And, I went to OSHA, which is a performing arts high school, and I was doing theater at the time. And there were other kids that were playing instruments, and, we would, kind of like, hey, we should get together and play some songs sometime. Sure. And so we get together and we'd, play a couple songs, learn a couple tunes, and maybe play for, some parties or whatever. But really didn't, the first band that I was in wasn't till college.
Okay.
My freshman year in college, I joined this band. Oh man. The name, so I'm just going to say, because I take so much heat for this, I joined a band that already had a name, and the name was terrible. So I had nothing to do with the name. I'm just putting it out there. The name of the band was Moisture. I'm sorry, Moisture.
Okay.
I didn't even wait for the drum roll.
That's okay. We
Gonna
always
tear the
on
Band-Aid
time.
off. Moisture, and it was pretty bad. The band was good. The music was good, but the name was terrible.
Yeah.
And I told the guy, I'm like, we got to change the name. They're like,
Yeah.
no, this Moisture is amazing. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I played with them for probably about a year,
Okay.
and then joined some other bands and started playing gigs around LA
Yeah.
and stuff. And
Now, when was it to where you start taking it serious? Like,
yeah,
I want to make some money at this. You start seeing all these other guys,
yeah.
you know, doing their thing, and I think MTV was already out at the time, you know. But when did you start wanting to take it serious on a professional level?
Probably around I would say 99, 2000.
Okay.
You know, I was graduating college, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna get. I went to film school, and I was working in the film business. I was working like 14-hour days. I was exhausted. You basically, when you're working on film sets, you're up early in the morning. You come home late at night. You're so tired, you barely have energy to shower and go to bed, and then you're doing the same thing. And I was so burnt out that I was like, you know, I'm going to find myself a desk job, 9 to 5, and I'm going to start playing music at night, you know, because I really wanted to pursue music.
Yeah.
And so I quit that, and I got this desk job, and I met this guy. I'm a huge Dave Matthews fan, so I'm just going to put that out there.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't like Dave Matthews, I don't care.
He's actually in the Dave Matthews tribute.
That's true. But I went to a lot of Dave concerts, and I met this guy in the parking lot of one of these Dave concerts, and he was playing his guitar, original songs. It was really good. And he lived in LA, and so him and I started getting together and kind of jamming, and we formed, actually... Our first rehearsal with this band was scheduled for September 11th, 2001.
Oh, wow.
And we all know what happened that morning.
Yeah.
And so by that night in LA, you know, some of the guys in the band didn't want to rehearse because they have family back east, and it was a weird day. But most of us wanted to rehearse. We wanted to play music that night. So that was our first rehearsal in downtown LA. Was September 11, 2001.
In a studio or somebody?
It was like a lockout studio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And we had the rehearsal, and you know it was. We talked a lot. We didn't play a lot. We ended up talking more. But from then on, the band formed, and that was the real band that I was in for a long time, and ended up touring around the country and doing stuff. So.
Did you guys get like national recognition, radio, local?
Yeah, we got some radio, we got some national recognition. We sold a lot of our albums independently.
And the record companies come after you?
No, record companies there. This was so that was a weird time because the music industry was transitioning from their traditional.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of when Napster came on the scene, and then people were just stealing music, and the record labels didn't know what to do anymore to make money because the music was digital now and it was getting stolen, and so everything. It was a really bad time actually to be in a band that was up and coming because the industry just didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah,
and they didn't want to take any risks on new bands, and so I mean we pounded the pavement for the better part of we started in 2001, and the band really sort of fizzled out in 2012. So it was a long time.
Yeah.
It had some, I don't regret it. We had a great time touring the country and playing.
Doing some demos and recording and stuff.
Yeah, we made like 3 albums and a couple EPs and played a lot of live shows and recorded a lot of live shows, and I still have fans around the country, that still on Facebook are, hey, when are you guys going to tour again?
That was like 25
I'm like, well, it's like 11 years ago. Yeah, so.
Still keep in contact with those guys?
Sometimes.
Really?
Oh, yeah, with the bandmates?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so School of Rock.
Okay.
So Jeff, who's one of our other owners, Jeff and I were in that band together. Jeff was the lead guitarist.
Okay.
And when the band sort of, was done in 2012, him and I were kind of like, well, what are we going to do now? Like, we both wanted to continue doing something with music, not necessarily a band.
Yeah.
But he found an ad or something one day, I think on Facebook, for School of Rock franchise, which is a franchise school.
Yeah.
And he sent it to me. Hey, what do you think about this? I'm like, oh, that's cool. I kind of like that. So we looked into it more, and then we both went out to Chicago and met with the corporate team and went through their whole process. And long story short, we opened the school on November 13th, 2014.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, which is this one where we are now.
That is correct.
Wow, that's
we're
awesome.
entering. Yeah, we're in our 8th year. So
So you went from playing, little elementary drum set and stuff to
School of Rock.
playing around to School of Rock. Now, what did your family think about all this when you were in this pursuit of?
Yes.
Because they wanted you to get a job. And I don't think they thought School of Rock.
So this is what's interesting. I had a really good job while I was in the band. The band was called 4-Way Free. And while I was in 4-Way Free touring around the country, I was a loan officer. I was doing mortgages.
Oh, okay.
But I was able to do it remotely. Like even back then, it was pretty early on. When Wi-Fi was first coming on, there used to be this little dongle that you had to plug into your laptop in order to get Wi-Fi.
The D-Link.
Remember that?
I think I still got
Yeah.
D-Link.
So when we go on tour, I would bring my laptop and I'd plug this thing into the side and pray that we had like some sort of service. And once in a while I get service, and I was able to work in the van actually. And then the hotels and stuff I would work. But I worked while I was on the road.
Okay.
And then we would only go out for 2 or 3 months at a time. Then we'd come home, and then I would go back to my regular job and stuff. I had a boss that was pretty flexible with me as far as, so I was very lucky so my parents were like, hey, you got a job, you're living on your own in LA, you're making money, you're doing your band thing, that's cool.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You're doing something.
And my dad was, was like, as long as you, when I was in college, he's like, I don't care what you do, but as long as you are staying in school and your grades are good, do the band, whatever you want. So
what college did you go to?
I went to Cal State Fullerton.
Okay.
Go Titans.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
local.
So you're basically a California native.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Huntington Beach.
Okay. Because you got this New Yorker.
Yeah, I know. Well, I've been all over the country, and I actually really love the East Coast energy more than out here. Yeah. So, and we spent a lot of time in the South.
Yeah.
And so I just picked up a lot of those manners. I say y'all a lot, and people are like, "Oh, you from Georgia?" I'm like, "No, I just like y'all." It's such an efficient word.
Yeah.
You and all, and y'all. It has so many applications.
I think I lost all that when I moved.
When you moved out here,
Vegas.
Yeah.
I'm
bringing it back though. I'm bringing it back. I like it.
Well, that's awesome. So now you got the School of Rock, which we'll take a tour and show you guys around. And so how's that going now? The School of Rock, 2014?
Yeah. So we're in our 9th year. Next year will be 10. It's going great. It's a slow burn. Our original business plan, we thought we'd have more students after like the 5th year, and then we realized like, oh, this is going to take more time to build. And it could have gone faster, I think, if I had. We took our time with the culture, and I'm very protective of not only the staff that I bring on board, but also the students and the clientele. Like if a student comes in or a family comes in and they are, I don't even know how to say, disruptive to the culture, they're not fitting in. As far as the positive energy and the vibes and everything, I'm not talking about anything else other than their energy. Yeah. Then I tend to push them away because I want the school to be a really positive environment always. And so I think because of that, it's taken a little bit longer. And also because we're in Huntington Beach. I'm competing with the weather constantly. Like in the summer, nobody wants to be indoors. They want to be at the beach. They want to be doing this. There's always things to do here.
Yeah, that's true. But think of schools that are back east, Midwest.
Right.
That, you have to deal with more snow and talk about cancellations.
Yeah, there's that. But the flip side of that is people, when it's really, really hot outside, or the weather's bad and it's
Yeah.
raining or snowing, people are okay being indoors.
Yeah, yeah.
And so as long as they can get to the school,
Yeah.
they'll come to the school.
listen.
But in the summer here, where it's, it's mid 70s, it's
Yeah.
blue skies. I mean, people don't want to be inside. They want to be at the beach. They
They're
want to
playing music.
Yeah, they're playing music. I know.
Drums
I know.
and
I know.
guitar and rocking out.
I know.
They got air conditioning.
We got air conditioning.
What more you can want? You can take all the way to the beach, but you got to have permits for that.
Yeah.
But
No, I'm always competing with the beach.
Yeah, now there's a number of School of Rocks just within Orange County.
Yes,
Right.
there's School of Rock Santa Ana. They're the newest. There's School of Rock Tustin, and there's Rancho Santa Margarita, RSM.
Yeah.
That's it for Orange County. The next closest school is in Manhattan Beach in LA County.
And if you go to School of Rock's website, they got School of Rocks all over the world.
All over the world.
Just alphabetical order.
Yeah.
I'm
There's
wow.
300 plus, I think,
Yeah.
now. There's a lot of School of Rocks in South America. That's
Yeah,
like one of the
yeah.
biggest markets.
Yeah.
Those guys are amazing, and their schools are incredible. And their schools have 500-600 students.
Wow.
Like it's crazy. It's awesome.
Well, we're going to take a little tour.
Yes.
Kind of show you guys how the magic starts here. And we just had a big concert with all the students on Sunday, and it was great. Everybody performed, did covers, and we're going to try to throw some originals in there as well. But it's good to have the kids start out at an early age, 7, 8, which is about the starting age. For
Yeah, we start as young as 6,
Yeah.
and we go all the way up to adults.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do a lot of the students, when they get of age to graduate, do they form their own bands coming out of School of Rock, or have you like an alumni type of?
Yeah, they do. We've had quite a few. Most notably, we had 2 students here, Shane Ryan, who's a drummer, and Pierce Akers, who's an amazing guitarist, and they formed a band called Slaves to Humanity.
Okay.
And those guys are doing really well. They're taking off. They're playing some big clubs, and they're doing quite well. So I'm proud of them.
Yeah.
And hopefully, they'll hit it and they'll make it, and then I'll be able to go to the Grammys. With them. I'll have my cane or my walker.
They can put the plaque on the wall,
That'll be great.
They just sign it, But,
Yeah.
that is true. I mean, for you got American Idol, and then you have The Voice, but they don't recognize the teachers because
No.
that's where it starts.
That's where it starts.
It starts with teachers.
Whoever they had,
They had. I mean,
There was an American Idol contestant, or maybe it was The Voice, or both. We've had, from other schools in the country, we've had some singers that have been on both of those shows that have made it pretty far. They did do they start doing the background pieces once you get further along into the contest.
Yeah.
They did a little School of Rock thing on one of them, so they kind of acknowledged it. But those shows are about the people that are the judges and whatnot.
Yeah,
So.
they need to bring up the teachers.
Yeah.
Because that's where it starts.
Yeah, bring up the teachers and the owners. I don't teach, but the owners too. Should bring up the owners.
So we're going to take a little tour around the school. Larry's going to kind of show us
Sure.
where everything starts. And I guess we could start here in the drum room. This is kind of my room here. I'll stand up and
let's show.
let you guys, I'll hold my, now what kind of kits
Well, this is
do we have
this
here?
is a Mapex, I think. These were power toms, so we cut them down because they who wants to play power toms today? Does anyone play power toms anymore? Other than
do.
Steve Gadd?
My luggage
Okay,
is
so
power.
Corey and Steve Gadd, they both play power toms still. Nobody
Let
else.
me move back here.
And then this is a stag kit. We picked it. I don't remember where we picked. Oh, you know what? I do remember where we got this. The other owner, Jeff, who I talked about in the band with me, he used to own a music store up in Northern California, and that store closed. And this was one of the drum kits they had left.
Okay.
So, yeah, we brought that one down.
Nice. This is like a vintage.
Sort of.
It's like a vintage kit. Yeah. So this is one of the rooms that I teach out of.
This is the smaller one.
Yeah. So, all right.
All right, you want to see the bigger
Yeah,
one?
let's
Come
go,
All right, come with me. show you the
So
big
we're
room.
taking a nice tour of School of Rock here.
I'll tell you that we're
We're in house cleaning right
School
now.
is closed this week, so we're doing some house cleaning.
Yeah.
And here's Pat.
There's
What's up?
Pat.
Say hi, Pat.
Come on,
He's our other.
check yourself.
He's our other drum teacher. He's changing out some heads
Just
here.
the village
You
idiot.
know,
Changing
cleaning
some
and
heads.
everything, and
Just the village idiot.
So what do we got? This is a
you
Gretsch.
hungry?
We got a Gretsch back there,
Gretsch.
the grats.
As a kid.
and then we got the
Sawdust all over my.
we got a Tama. What is this?
CW.
Silver Star, yeah.
Okay.
Tama.
I was just
So
telling,
yeah, this is the second drum room
I
here.
was just telling the scene.
We always have two-
7 kits set up at school.
We always have two kits. You know, for one for the student and one for the
Downstairs,
teachers.
two up.
So
Don't be drunk.
I know I need to tape it. All right, carry on, sir. This don't get Windex in your eye.
All right.
We'll go ahead and close this.
You can leave it open, bro.
Okay.
All right, then we call this the hidden room, and it's a little like rehearsal practice studio. We got a little Gretsch Catalina
Okay.
there in the back, and then we got some amps and keyboard and a PA in here, so you could actually do a full little rehearsal in this
Band
room.
rehearsal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
What
take
this used to be
out.
part of our lobby.
Yeah, I'm gonna
there
take
you
it
go.
off.
Oh, you're taking it out of the case.
Yeah, because
Nope.
it's kind of.
Doing this on the fly.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so this wall right here, this we dropped this wall in and cut our lobby in half. So we created this rehearsal room because I had a bunch of parents sitting around the lobby, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't need parents sitting in my lobby. I need that space for
Yeah.
rehearsal.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Oh, so this room mainly is for the younger
Yeah.
kids in a
Yeah.
sense.
I would
Okay.
say so.
Oh.
All
All
right.
right. This is just the lower level. There's like
This
two
is
levels to
downstairs.
this.
This is downstairs. All right, let's go. Let's check out one of these rooms. This is a bass guitar keyboard room. Like I said, we're in the process of reorganizing the rooms because we're closed this week. But basically, nothing too special. Just some amps and a
Yeah.
keyboard, some
Okay.
guitars.
Still on the lower level.
This is our vocal room, one of our vocal rooms. You might be asking yourself, what are these shower curtains for?
Nobody takes a shower. Don't worry, folks.
No, this is a leftover from COVID. So when we were doing vocal rehearsals, we'd have the student come behind the curtains, and that way they could take their mask off and keep the instructor
Yeah.
safe. So we don't really use these too much anymore,
Yeah.
but it was very effective during COVID, and frankly, we had no COVID outbreaks here.
Yeah,
at
I was
school.
just going to ask you how was that
It worked.
during that time?
It was tough.
Really?
We moved everything online for a few months, and then we came back.
Okay.
But it was tough
The
for
Zoom.
everybody. It's crazy. That's really
Zoom
it
line.
downstairs, other than the lobby.
Yeah, this is the lobby area. This is where everybody meets and
Meets and greets.
when people come in through that door. And so
All right. Let's go
you probably
upstairs.
notice all the posters.
Yep. Those are all the different shows that we've
Yeah.
done. All right. Let's do it. Let's go upstairs.
Going upstairs.
Okay. Got the Michael Jackson Memorial right here. We got our Rolling Stones neon. That's one of my favorites. I like
Yeah,
that.
that's cool.
Cool. And then this is our student lounge.
Okay.
So when the
Watch
students
that.
are here at rehearsal and they're in between songs, they have some downtime. They hang out in here and
Yeah.
socialize with each other and play and do things that kids
School of
do.
Rock. School of Rock banner.
Yeah, cool. All right, let's check out the main rehearsal room.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a wide shot here.
Yeah, this is where the magic happens.
This is where it all starts.
So when they're here, they're rehearsing as a band. This is one of our main rehearsal rooms. We got high ceilings up here, and full PA, 2 keyboards. They rock out.
Wow. School of Rock Kid,
Because
the
it's School
logo.
of Rock. Complete with the rocks in the wall. It's ironic.
I know how you got. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
they were
there you
there.
are. Yeah.
Rocks.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
How many people can fit in here?
I think we've had up to like 10 in here.
Okay.
It's tight, but we
Yeah. Yeah.
manage. We built the stage when we took the building over. This is all just a flat floor.
Yeah.
The stage is built out of recycled pallets. We
Okay.
put a bunch of pallets
Yeah.
down, plywood, and then we put carpet over it.
Hey, that's homemade riser.
Worked out. All right. And here is one of our smaller rehearsal rooms. We got the Yamaha. This is a stage custom.
Okay.
Great kit. Can't go wrong with the Yamaha.
Got the guitar racks.
Yeah.
For all you guitar players. That's what I do at NAM. I have to go through the guitar section for the guitar
guitar.
players
Yeah.
in Guitar World.
Yep.
So this is the fourth band room?
This is the third band.
Third,
room.
okay.
Yeah. And then let's see. We got this little funky room here that we sometimes do some keyboard and guitar lessons in, and maybe a vocal lesson. It's kind of at the end of the building, so it's got a lot of nice windows and. Yeah. Cool.
Now, did somebody just donate the equipment to you guys, or how did that? Did you guys just buy it from?
Most of the equipment we bought to start
Okay.
with, but we do get a lot of equipment donated as well.
Gotcha.
Here's just another guitar.
Another room. She's cleaning house.
Yeah, a little.
Yep. Cool.
Oh,
All right.
cool. Got all the posters on the wall.
Yeah, you show them the posters. These are all the different shows that we've done over the years.
Okay. Yeah.
So, Prince, Bowie, Green Day, One Hit Wonders, Weezer, Tom Petty, Beatles, you name it, we've
Yeah.
probably done it.
And the students, they pretty much cover all the bands that are here.
Right.
To pick like 5 songs, and
Yeah.
you know,
Depending on how many students, some shows had about 20 songs in it.
yeah.
And yeah, so the show director will put together a list of songs, a set list, and then kids start learning those songs in their private lesson,
Here's another wall.
and then we perform.
Oh, they do everything.
Motown, Stevie Wonder, Metallica. Got some interesting ones like Guardians of the Galaxy mixtape. I mean, that soundtrack was so great. So we decided to do a whole show just based on that soundtrack. It was super
Yeah.
fun.
Oh,
We did a show on food bands. This is all bands that have food in the title.
okay.
Like cake, or bread, or
Yeah, yeah.
green Jello.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bands out there that have food, in
Food
the name.
names, yeah.
Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah, I bet you that was hard to.
That was fun. So yeah, we like
Red
to,
Hot Chili Peppers. I
Red
bet you
Hot.
that-
Yep, we did Red Hot. That's right. Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a good time. That's the school.
So now, as far as performance, where do you guys normally play around town?
So yeah,
how
we
do
try-
students get involved with?
Yeah.
If somebody wants to get involved with the School of Rock, how can they?
Well, the first thing you got to do is give us a call, shoot us an email, and we'll schedule a free trial. Every student that comes in gets a free 30-minute trial lesson.
Okay.
And we do guitar, bass, drums, keys, and vocals. And then once they have a free trial, then it's, they decide which program they want to be a part of, or if they just want to take lessons.
Yeah.
So they could be a part of a performance program where they're going to be playing with a band and learning songs. Or if they just want to start out and take lessons, here, let me move this for you. This is our, like I said, we're taking stuff down.
Yeah.
But that's the menu. And you can kind of see the ages and the different groups, the rookies, Rock 101, junior performance group, varsity performance group.
Okay.
And then we also have an adult group.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to bring your kids down, or if you never too old to rock and roll. So
Never too old to rock.
adults got the adult
Yeah.
band.
We have some 60, 70-year-olds in our adult group, and they love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's great.
Awesome.
Cool.
Well, man, thank you for
All right.
your time,
Thank
man.
you.
I'm glad we got a chance to.
Thank you guys.